Hello, friends. Today I'm going to read one of my favorite books about stars. It's called How Many Stars in the Sky? The author is Lenny Hort. He wrote the words, and the paintings by James E. Ransom. So that means he's the illustrator. This book is filled with beautiful pictures. The book is about a little boy and his dad. He's looking for the stars and he can't seem to find them. Remember, we talked about how stars in the sky are balls of gas that give off light and heat. He wants to find them. He wants to see if he can find the constellations in the sky, and he wants to try to count them. Let's find out if he finds the stars. How many stars in the sky? Mama was away that night and I couldn't sleep. Mama knows all about the sun and stars. But she was away and I didn't want to wake Daddy. So I stared out the window asking myself, how many stars in the sky? I could count so many just from my room. I leaned out the window and I could count even more. That was just gazing over the backyard. How many stars in the sky? I went outside with a pad and pencil. I started to count. I filled up one whole page of the pad, but there were lots of stars hidden behind the trees. The houses blocked out even more. The street lamp was so bright I couldn't see stars anywhere near it. How many stars in the sky? I climbed up into my treehouse. I stared at the Big Dipper and counted in a great circle all around the sky. I filled up page after page of the pad, but when I got back to the Dipper, it wasn't there anymore. I must have been out so long that the stars had moved. Old ones had set, new ones had risen. Say it, friends. How many stars in the sky? I climbed down from the treehouse and there was Daddy. I couldn't sleep, I said. I can't sleep either, he said. Your mama won't be back till tomorrow. I told him how I wanted to count all the stars in the sky. If your mama was here, Daddy said, I bet she'd know. Maybe you and I can find some place where it'll be easier to count them. Friends, where do you think they should go to count the stars? My dog hopped in the truck with us and we drove into town. The streets were quiet, but lots of street lights were burning. We could see the bright city skyline in the distance. Daddy and I counted 25 or 26 stars. He said he thought one of them was the planet Jupiter. This isn't a good place to see stars, I said. It's not a bad place to count them, though, he said, but it's still too hard. Let's go where it'll be really easy. Friends, why is it so hard for them to see the stars? It's too bright or light outside, not from the sun, but from the lights from the stores and the houses and the street lights. To see the stars, you need it to be super dark. We drove into the city. The big clock on the tunnel said 2:45, but neither one of us felt like sleeping. That's really late at night. We parked by Mama's office. There was a department store with brightly lit displays in every window. There were street lamps on every corner. There were dazzling neon signs. Headlights flashed from a steady stream of cars. Powerful searchlights beamed from the roofs of the skyscrapers. Friends, do you think they'll be able to see the stars from here? Nope. What's blocking their view? What's making all the light? Look, the stores and the cars and the skyscrapers. And I couldn't see any stars at all. I count exactly one, said Daddy. No, wait, that's an airplane. Maybe the stars just don't want to be counted, I said. We drove back through the tunnel. I was tired and I thought we were going home, but instead, Daddy drove us deep into the country. Friends, are there buildings and lots of cars and stores in the country? I don't think so. There weren't any cars. There weren't any streetlights. There weren't any houses. Even the moon had set. All I knew, and I knew we could never count all the stars. Friends, look at the picture. Can you see all the stars in the sky? No matter where I looked, new ones appeared. Every time I blinked my eyes, Daddy pointed above and showed me the Milky Way. The stars were so thick I couldn't tell one from the other. If you are in the country or the forest or in a park with no lights, you can see many, many stars. We were much too tired to drive anymore, so we slept under the stars at night. Friends, if you ever go camping, you might be able to sleep under the stars. It was daylight when we woke. Daddy, I said, all those stars are always out there even when we can't see them, right? Of course they are, he said. Can we try to count them again sometime, I asked. Any night you feel like it, he said. You and me and Mama can all go out together. I could hardly wait to see Mama and tell her about it. In a little while, we'd all be back home. Now I was glad to just be standing there with Daddy, basking in the warmth of the one star we could see. It was daytime. What star can you see during the daytime? And that was the sun. So friends, even if you can't see stars at night, every day when it's not raining, you can see one star in the sky, the sun. And if it's dark enough in your backyard, at nighttime you might be able to see the stars. I hope you enjoyed our book. As always, miss you lots and love you bunches. Mwah!